So you've gone through all the trouble of plotting, outlining a book. You've invented characters, you've invented a town, a world that these characters live and interact in. You've invented heroes, villains, supporting cast, sidekicks. You've formed friendships. You've formed relationships. They've broken up. They've had tragedies. They've had triumphs. They've had joys. They've had laughs. They've had tears. They've had all sorts of things, and you've gone through it all with them. And then you type that last period, and it's done. It's a wrap. It's over. And you say goodbye to all these people. What's it feel like? Feels like when I graduated high school. Students, faculty, staff, all kinds of people that I had formed a relationship with, that had been my world and my life for 4 years. Up until then, every summer, I would get my yearbook signed and I'd hurry off knowing that I would see them again in September. And there I was standing on the football field at my high school, in my cap and gown, holding a piece of paper that said, you're not going to see him again till the reunion, if that. There's a whole other world out there now. You have a sense of nostalgia, a little melancholy, but you have a sense of accomplishment. You have a sense that you've just done it. You did it. You made it. You're here. Now you go on to the next adventure. With me, after high school, it was going on to getting jobs, continuing my education, going on adventures around the country and internationally. With writing, you now submit it to an editor and an agent and a publisher. You go through revisions. You find things that you thought were so vital that others suggest might be a little more trivial than you want to admit. Or you see things that you didn't think were important at all, and everybody's saying, why don't you develop this? Why don't you work on this more? And so you watch your world transfigure and transform. Just like in high school, after you're done, that's when the lessons get applied. Because that's when you learn the difference between knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge is everything you learned and took your tests on. Wisdom is how you put it together. That's the one thing that your high school cannot teach you, is wisdom. That you get from your experience. And so you become a little wiser at the end of each manuscript. You know how to work a phrase, you know how to set up a scene, you know how to do dialogue, you know how to handle police procedurals, in my case, because I'm writing mysteries. You know how to do all this a little bit better. But it's not just something you've learned up here, it's something you've learned in here. As you're working with people's lives, granted, they might be fictional people, but you gave them life, and you've shared that life. And now you're kind of like a parent. You can let it go. Let them go and thrive in somebody else's mind and imagination, especially when they want to read your book. So, how it feels when you finish a manuscript. It's, with all apologies to Charles Dickens, it is the best of feelings. And it is the worst of feelings.